What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of We Talk Fitness. Today, I will be discussing some of our most frequently asked questions in the fitness industry. Okay, so it's an opportunity for me to give you some of my opinions based on my experience and history in regards to some of the most, frequently asked questions out there in the industry. Over at our facility, we typically open up the forum to just ask questions to our clients, our members base, to see what type of questions they have in regards to the whole realm of fitness and health. Okay, so from anywhere between nutrition to actual programming and just overall injury prevention or rehabilitation. So I went ahead and compiled a bunch of different questions, a bunch of different commonly asked things in our industry, and basically, hopefully, I have some good responses for you guys that if you relate to any of these type of questions, you'll be able to take away some of my answers and advice in regards to some of these questions. Okay, so here we go. First question that has been brought to our attention is, what kind of exercise should I do at home to get in shape? Well, that's a pretty broad question, and I think I can safely say that for most questions, it's gonna be kind of a bit of a broad example of how we can take these answers. Okay, I know that typically at our facility, a lot of the exercises that we give our clients are based on their fitness in regards to their fitness goals. Most of the time, they can do cardio, they can do stability work or mobility work. So when it comes to these questions, it depends. It really depends. If you're the type of individual that already goes to a gym, then maybe cardiovascular training at home is going to be ideal for you to do some of that, because obviously your strength training exercises we're going to do at the facility, right? Using some of the large equipment that we have, using the dumbbells, using cable crossover systems, machines, all that kind of variation, right? So at home, you would the client at that point would be doing more of accessory work, cardio work, core, maybe some mobility exercises. For the individual that doesn't necessarily belong to a fitness facility and has an abundance of home equipment, then we would tailor a workout regarding, based on the equipment they have accessible at home. So, kind of exercises. If you have a treadmill, if you have a few dumbbells, some exercise band, a Swiss ball or stability ball, whatever you call it, you can absolutely get in shape at home. You can do a lot of variations of exercises from calisthenic exercises where you're using your own body weight and you're doing some type of anaerobic style of circuit. So high repetition range. You can do basically a 6 exercise circuit where you're doing body weight exercises, or you add some kettlebells or dumbbells to add more resistance. Doing for example a squat with a dumbbell curl and press, followed by some type of a plank where you're on the ground doing mountain climbers, back up to your feet, doing some type of a bent over row, back down to the ground where you can do alternating leg races, back to your feet, reverse lunges with lateral dumbbell raises are effective circuit ways for you to get in shape, right? To burn calories, to do some resistance training. If you happen to have even less equipment than that, starting at home and seeing initial benefits can still be accomplished. Obviously, you'd be doing a lot more like push-ups, sit-ups, and all kinds of body weight exercises without any additional dumbbells. I would say that the key for getting shape at home, though, is to be able to set a schedule and know exactly when you're going to work out, what exercises you're going to do, and making sure that you're consistently doing it week in and week out. After, I would say, a 6-8 week time period, if you haven't added any new variation of exercises, added a new component, so resistance, adding some dumbbells or barbells or other things, really you should look at, getting a gym membership or hiring a trainer to continue with the advancement of that programming. But initially, yes, you can definitely see some results at home. Okay. A lot of people think that you have to belong to a fitness facility or work out at a gym to see results, but not necessarily. If you have decent equipment, you have decent variety in equipment, you can definitely work out at the convenience of your home and see some really good results with that. Okay. I know that our facility, we give our clients a lot of homework. Okay. Reasons why people don't see benefits at home, it's a whole other subject, right? And there's many reasons for that. A lot of times people don't associate home with exercise. We associate home with leisure and relaxation, resting, those kinds of things, as well as we really don't create that accountability of working out at home. We always put it behind, watch TV, relax, and basically fall through with a lot of the training programs. A lot of treadmill cardio equipment become, coat hangers and full of dust because we just don't really get in that mind frame of exercising. So another question here: how many days per week do I have to work out? Well, that will depend. It will depend on how extreme your goals are. If you have a very extreme goal of, let's say, for example, losing 20 pounds in, let's say, a couple months time period, that's an extreme goal. Losing 20 pounds in a 2-month, 8-week time period, it's extreme. You're talking about 2 to 3 pounds of weight loss per week. Then at that point, you literally have to work out almost every day. You have to work out for at least a 60 to 90 minute time period. So it can be very, very taxing on the body and taxing and draining in your overall quality of life. So if you have a more realistic, a more intermediate goal, a more long-term goal, which is what we suggest, anywhere between 3 to 4 times a week is ideal. Okay. However, working out has different aspects of it, right? You have your strength training. Strength training you should do 2 to 3 times a week for a duration of anywhere between half hour to an hour. Cardiovascular training you should do anywhere between 2 to 5 times a week, and that can be as short as 15 to 20 minutes on a bike, right? Because at that point we're addressing more your cardiovascular system, we're addressing your lungs, and for that you don't need to spend as many hours or as much time doing that aspect of training. Mobility and flexibility, that's something that you should do anywhere between 4 to 7 times a week. But that also yields you the least amount of time. It's sitting down on the ground at nighttime watching TV and stretching for 15 minutes. It's more than it's more than enough for you to see some benefits with that. But once again, you spend less time doing it, so therefore you should do it more frequently. Strength training is something that you will do for a longer time period, so therefore you should do it less frequently, right? And cardio falls somewhere in between there. But I guess the biggest component out of that is your nutrition. Okay, so that's done every day, and it should be a daily focus. So based on your goals, that's how we're going to determine how frequently you should be working out. Okay, a lot of people have a lot of restrictions in their day-to-day life as well. So those are things that we have to consider and take a look and take into consideration when it comes to putting a success schedule together, which we do with a lot of our clients. Is we try to figure out what does success look like for you, and how does scheduling going to work hand in hand with that. Okay. So another question here, so we can keep moving along. What should I eat before a workout? That's the $1 million question. A lot of people are always wanting to know what to eat before or after workouts. Well, once again, that's going to depend with your goals. If you have a weight loss goal, which most people have a common goal, working out in the first half of your day would be ideal. Working out, doing cardiovascular training first thing in the morning would be a lot more beneficial. Okay. Main reason why is your body's blood sugar levels are really low. And if you avoid, carbs and sugary foods in the morning, your body will tap into your already stored fat to help you burn more calories and actually see more fat reduction as time goes on. Post-workout meal, if you're doing strength training, what should you eat before workout? So if you're somebody who wants to, increase their bench press or wants to train for a powerlifting competition, which are really common these days, maybe your ideal time to work out is more in the late afternoon and into the evening. Your body would have had 2 to 3 meals of nutrition throughout the day, with some carbs, proteins, and good amounts of fats. Healthy meals, of course, but having all those 3 main macronutrients is going to allow you to output the most amount of energy into your lifts, into your workout. So when it comes to what should you eat before your workout, it depends on your goals. If you have a weight loss goal, you don't want to have too many foods. You definitely don't want to have carbs. You definitely don't want to keep your sugar levels low because, like I said earlier, you want your body to burn energy from your stored fat already. if some people are just trying to live overall a healthier lifestyle and have more energies and have more energy, then making sure that you're eating clean, nutritious food, good fats in your diet. Basically that's what you want to make sure that you're inputting in your body so that you have actually good workouts as well. Okay. Post-workout meals, once again, it depends on your goal. If you're trying to lose weight post-workout, you really don't want to eat anything, in my opinion, right away after a workout. In layman's term, your body's still in a fat-burning zone, so you really don't want to stop your body from burning more calories and burning calories from your stored fat. If the second you eat right after a workout, your body will basically focus all its energy and source into your digestion. So therefore, it's going to allocate blood to your organs, into your stomach, and all that kind of stuff to actually burn, to focus on breaking down food. A good time window to basically eat, in my opinion, after a workout would be about an hour after. And at that point, having a fruit or having some, complex carbs or even simple carbs, depending once again on your goals, it's actually very, very beneficiary to help stimulate, basically the healing process in your body and start to heal and bring vitamins and nutrients to all that, that area of your body that you focus working on, and it starts the rebuilding process, the rehealing process. Okay. Once again, layman's terms, and trying to explain some of this process that your body will take post workout. Okay. In terms of another question that I have here is, why should I use a personal trainer when I can just buy programs online? Yeah, definitely. You can find programs on magazines. You can find programs on bodybuilding.com. You can find programs pretty much anywhere in the internet. Definitely. But the thing is are those programs right for you, right? At the same time, why should you work with a personal trainer? Sometimes people have, some of the athletes and some of the people that we train the most, they don't have an issue with the knowledge base. They, in fact, they could be themselves personal trainers. But what they need is that coach. They need that person that holds them accountable to a specific time period to work out, or holds them accountable to a specific execution of a program, right? So how we lay out the programs week 1 to week 8 to week 16, what the progression and the periodization of the program looks like, what program leads to what, hypertrophy versus power versus strength versus thermogenic, whatever the case may be. We want to make sure that the client itself is getting the proper information. So using a personal trainer from an information point of view is very valuable. Instead of pulling out a program online that is very basic or very generic, generalized, we want to make sure that you're getting something that's specific to your goals, to your fitness level, to your abilities, and all that kind of stuff. At the same time, personal trainers can help with motivation, making sure that you're staying motivated through your workouts week in and week out. We're assessing your results, so your weigh-ins, your measurements, your performance by executing baseline tests. Okay, so there's many reasons why somebody should use a personal trainer, other than just for programming needs and programming purposes. All right, so hopefully that kind of gives you a little bit of an idea, of why you should use a personal trainer as well. In terms of another question that we have here. Why can't I just do cardio? Well, kind of like I said earlier, we want to make sure that when it comes to exercise and fitness, you're covering all main areas of what we call like pillars of fitness, right? So your strength training, your cardiovascular training, your flexibility, your mobility, as well as your nutrition and all that kind of stuff. So we want to make sure that your programming it's not just heavy on one thing. A lot of times you see runners, they just run a lot. They're amazing and they just want to be on the road running, and they do too much of just running, right? They don't do enough strength training per se. Sometimes you see I guess people that like yoga and Pilates and those kinds of things, and they're your yogis. That's what they do, right? But they don't do per se specific cardiovascular training or any type of strength training. And vice versa. You see a lot of guys in the gym that just look like, they came out of a magazine, because all they do is a bodybuilding magazine, because, their weekly training habits are strength training, an hour and a half, 5-6 times a week. Well, once again, it's just too much of one thing. We want to have a variety of all aspects of fitness and health. So why can't I just do cardio? Well, cardiovascular really addresses your heart. It addresses your lung. It addresses, and initially you burn calories, so you will see some results initially, but that will plateau, especially if you're not changing, your nutrition or changing or adding in strength training, right? Because at the end of the day, if you want to change your body composition, you also want to make sure that you do so by putting on lean muscle tissue. Lean muscle tissue is live weight. It increases your basal metabolic rate, meaning how many calories our bodies require daily to survive. So most of the time, you hear a lot of individuals always say, "Oh, my husband, can drop weight on a drop of a hat," and or that guy who's massive, he can eat anything in the fridge and he won't put any weight. Well, yeah, genetically speaking, male have a lot more muscle mass than female, on average 30% more. So what ends up happening is we have a higher metabolic rate. So, for us to survive, we would need, let's say, for example, 2,000 calories versus a female, 1,200, right? So we can get away with, eating a little bit more and our bodies still burn more calories and be able to maintain fat off our bodies, okay? So cardiovascular training, great for the heart, great for the lungs, great for that, that cardiovascular response, reducing our heart, our health, heart-related issues, reducing that resting beats per minute, and all those things. Okay, but just don't just do cardio. You got to involve a couple of days of strength training, involve a couple of days of mobility through stretching statically, or yoga, or all those kinds of things. Okay. When it comes to here, which should I do first, cardio or weights? Well, that's up to you. What do you prioritize more? What do you expect to get out of the workout? Are you trying to output really good numbers in your strength training programming? If so, just do minimal weight training. Minimal cardiovascular training, 10 to 15 minutes at a low intensity, just enough time to get your body prepared for your workout, for your strength training workout, to increase your body's temperature, so that you can have your ligaments and tendons, warm up, so that you can prevent injury. Once again, layman's term, what we want to do is release synovial fluid in your joint capsule, so therefore, you don't tear or pull any types of ligaments or tendons or just overall smaller muscle groups in your joints. Okay, but at the same time, mentally, it allows you to prepare for your workout. If you're an individual that you have your cardio and strength training days and you don't like to mix them, then do that. But if you primarily are doing cardio and then you're doing a little bit of accessory work with strength training, then do your 30-45 minutes of cardio and go hit your strength training for 15-20 minutes. So if you're doing one exercise versus two exercises, 3 to 4 sets each. So it really does depend on your programming. And if you don't know any better, just ask us. Inbox us, send us a message. We'll gladly help you out and give you the proper advice and guidance. Okay. But if you guys notice, the main theme with a lot of these questions is that it all depends. It's not one answer for one question. It all depends on your fitness goals. It depends on your focus. It depends on basically when you eat or when you work out and those kinds of things. Okay. I'll do one more question and we'll leave it at there for today. As I like to keep these segments shorter, the KISS principle. Keep it short, simple, whatever the acronym goes. Okay, I think they say stupid somewhere in there. I don't like saying stupid. So, but anyways, with that said, how can I get a bikini ready for spring break and or summer? That's actually a very popular question this time of the year, right? We just came off of the holiday months. We're hibernating, basically staying indoors, January, February, March, April. Then we get into the May, June, July, August, kind of more warmer weather. Some people go away already as early as March break. How can I get into a ready spring break? Okay, well, good dieting, okay? You cannot outwork a bad diet, okay? So if you're putting in lots of hours in the gym, you're working out a lot, but you're still eating like crap, you're having high carbs, high fats, you're high sugars, doesn't matter what you do, you're not gonna get your body to give you significant changes. So the first thing I'm gonna tell you is address your nutrition, okay? Go on a regimen that works for you, that works for your schedule, but watches essentially what you're eating when you eat your carbs, because carbs are not the enemy. It's just when you eat them in your day. Okay, what type of carbs are you having too? Are you having complex, slow digestive carbs, or are you just having your starchy, fast digestive carbs? That makes a big difference as well. Okay, but with the nutrition aspect of things, tons of help out there in regards to manipulating your carbs, carb backload, carb cycles. But having carbs is essential, okay? But as well as it's your programming, right? Are you working hard enough in your workouts? Are you going to the workout? Is your time at the gym efficient? Or are you just going to the gym and spending 2 hours and just chit-chatting the whole time with, friends and family that you may see at the facility? Are you working out often enough? A lot of people don't understand that to get your body to change body composition in a short time period, you have to put in a lot of time into your workouts. You have to do your strength training workouts. You have to do your cardiovascular training workout on top of a very good diet. So how can I get it? Well, make sure that you have balance throughout all those aspects and those facets of proper nutrition, cardiovascular training, strength training, and flexibility, mobility, okay? Very, very important that you do all dynamics really, really well, okay? I'll tell you what that doesn't work. Doesn't work is going in a restrictive diet where you're not eating enough in a day. Cutting your calories down doesn't always work. In fact, most of the time with their clients is we increase, we get them to eat more, but we get them to eat cleaner, and you see how fast the weight drops, okay? And it also depends. What does your perfect bikini body look like, right? It's different for everybody, okay? For some people, it might be, reducing more weight in their core versus their hips, thighs, arms. So it really does depend on your goals as well. But there is no such thing as targeting, weight loss. People say, I just want to reduce fat here and reduce fat over here. Body fat works off of your body all simultaneously, okay? Your fat cells shrink, okay? All over your body. Yes, there's certain areas that we carry more fat than in others, and that's genetics, and that's why it will seem like that area is either losing the slowest or sometimes the fastest, okay? But with that said, today Q&A, I hope you guys took away some new ideas and took away some new information that you can apply towards your fitness and health and wellness. And just keep in mind, if you need any advice, any tips, you can always reach us at True Fitness, and we can definitely help you get on board with the proper guidance and the proper knowledge. For now, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week with our next episode.